The moon hung high in the sky as the ferry pulled away from the mainland, leaving behind the safety of civilization. I stared out at the dark expanse of water, feeling a sense of unease settle deep within me. I was heading to Disney Island, a place that had once been a beacon of joy and laughter, but had since become a haunting ground for unspeakable horrors. As the ferry docked, I stepped onto the island and was greeted by a thick fog that seemed to swallow everything in its path. My only companions on this ill-fated trip were my two friends, Sarah and Mark. We had heard whispers of the island's dark past, but curiosity got the better of us, drawing us into the abyss of the unknown. We ventured deeper into the island, our footsteps muffled by the eerie silence that surrounded us. The once vibrant and cheerful atmosphere had been replaced by an oppressive heaviness, making it hard to breathe. We passed dilapidated buildings, their broken windows staring back at us like hollow eyes. A rusted sign hung crookedly, its faded letters barely visible. "Welcome to Disney Island." As we moved along a decrepit path, we stumbled upon an abandoned amusement park. The carousel stood frozen in time, its painted horses grotesque and faded. We dared to enter the haunted ride, its music eerily playing from a distant source. The carousel spun slowly, as if driven by unseen hands, casting long, distorted shadows on the cracked floor. The shiver ran down my spine, and I turned to find Sarah and Mark missing. Panic gripped me as I frantically called out their names, but all I received in response was the haunting echo of my own voice. Alone and disoriented, I stumbled forward, desperate to find my friends and escape this nightmare. The fog thickened, obscuring my vision, and I found myself in a twisted version of the Magic Kingdom. The familiar castle loomed before me, but its once sparkling spires now resembled jagged teeth, ready to devour any unsuspecting soul. The air grew colder, and a low moan resonated through the air, chilling me to the core. Then, out of the darkness, I heard a child's laughter. It was faint, yet unmistakable. The glimmer of hope sparked within me as I followed the sound, my heart pounding in my chest. The laughter led me to a small, forgotten theater, where a lone figure stood on the stage. It was Sarah, her eyes vacant and distant. I rushed toward her, calling out her name, but she didn't respond. She simply stared ahead, fixated on something only she could see. Trembling, I turned my attention to the stage, and my blood turned to ice. It wasn't an audience that Sarah was mesmerized by. It was a row of ghastly figures, their faces twisted in eternal torment. Before I could react, Mark appeared from the shadows, his face ashen with terror. He pleaded with me to leave, to abandon any hope of saving Sarah, but I couldn't bear to abandon her to this hellish nightmare. I reached out to touch her shoulder, and she finally turned to me, her eyes vacant and void of recognition. Suddenly, the figures on the stage began to move, their disjointed bodies contorting in unnatural ways. They crawled toward us, their limbs bending at impossible angles. In a last desperate attempt to save Sarah, I grabbed her hand and ran, Mark close behind. We sprinted through the haunted amusement park, the laughter of the haunted figures echoing behind us. But as we reached the ferry, ready to escape this island of horrors, a voice whispered in my ear, freezing me in my tracks. "Welcome to your new home." I turned, my heart pounding, to see Sarah and Mark transformed into ghastly specters, their eyes now void of life. Their souls had been claimed by the island, and now I too would be trapped here for eternity. As the ferry disappeared into the distance, I stood alone on Disney Island, a place of nightmares, forever condemned to roam its haunted shores. The moonlight danced on the water, casting a chilling glow over the desolate amusement park, and somewhere in the distance, I heard the faint sound of a child's laughter. A reminder of the horrors that awaited me in this twisted realm. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you found it captivating. Please remember to leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more spine-tingling horror stories.